Imagine opening YouTube one afternoon, scrolling through your subscriptions like you always do, and suddenly realizing that one familiar face just isn't there anymore. No new upload, no teaser, no big update coming soon, just silence. For a lot of BrawlStars fans, that's exactly what it felt like when SnakeThug announced that he was stepping away from the game and from content creation. It didn't feel like just another creator quitting. It felt like the end of an era, because SnakeThug wasn't just known for his gameplay. He was known for his intensity, his honesty, and the way he seemed completely locked in every time he played. To understand why this hit so hard, you have to understand how long he had been around and how much of himself he had poured into BrawlStars. For years, his life followed the same cycle. Wake up, think about the game, play the game, analyze the game, record the game, edit the game, upload the game, then repeat. At first, that kind of grind feels rewarding. You feel like you're building something real. Every new subscriber feels like proof that the effort is worth it. Every successful video feels like validation. But slowly, without you even realizing it, the pressure starts to grow. When your channel becomes known for a specific game, you stop being someone who plays BrawlStars and start being the BrawlStars guy. People expect you to always be good, always be competitive, always have an opinion on every update, every balance change, every new brawl. You don't really get days off anymore because even when you're not uploading, you're thinking about what you should be uploading next. For SnakeThug, this pressure didn't come from nowhere. He built his reputation on being skilled, serious, and driven. That image pushed him forward, but it also trapped him. If he played casually, it felt wrong. If he didn't perform well, it felt like he was letting people down. Over time, the game stopped being a place to relax and started feeling like a test he had to pass every single day. One of the hardest parts of being a content creator is that the line between work and personal life almost disappears. When your job is also your hobby, it's easy to push yourself too far without noticing. SnakeThug wasn't just playing BrawlStars for fun anymore. He was playing because he had to. Because the algorithm demands consistency, because audiences move on quickly, because taking a break feels risky when everything you've built depends on staying relevant. Mental health plays a huge role here, even if it's not always talked about openly. From the outside, content creation looks simple. You see highlights, confidence, and success. You don't see the hours of frustration, self-doubt, and exhaustion. You don't see the pressure of reading comments that question your skill, your effort, or your attitude. Over time, that constant judgment can change how you see yourself. SnakeThug started to feel disconnected from the person he used to be. The excitement he once felt when launching the game just wasn't there anymore. Instead, there was stress. There was expectation. There was the feeling that no matter how much he did, it was never enough. And when something that once made you happy starts making you feel worse, ignoring that feeling only makes it stronger. Burnout doesn't happen all at once. It builds slowly. One day you feel tired, another day you feel unmotivated. Eventually, even winning doesn't feel satisfying anymore. For someone who had already achieved so much in BrawlStars, SnakeThug reached a point where there was nothing left to prove. But the content grind doesn't care about that. It keeps demanding more energy, more emotion, more time. At some point, he had to ask himself a question that a lot of creators are afraid to face. Is this still worth it? Not in terms of money or fame, but in terms of happiness. Walking away meant losing views, losing routine, and possibly losing relevance. But staying meant continuing down a path that was clearly hurting him. That's not an easy choice, especially when millions of people are watching. When SnakeThug finally talked about quitting, the tone mattered just as much as the message. He wasn't angry, he wasn't dramatic. He didn't blame Supercell, the game, or the community. He sounded tired, thoughtful, and honest. That honesty is what made people listen.
I was working, I don't know, so around 10 to 16 hours a day. So that's definitely not healthy. If I want to focus mental health, I cannot just run away from it and keep doing YouTube videos, keep doing. That won't solve it. That maybe pushes it a little bit away, but it won't solve the problem.
He wasn't quitting because he failed. He was quitting because he knew he needed to protect himself. The community reaction showed just how deep his impact went. Some fans were shocked. Some were sad. Some didn't want to believe it was real, but many people understood. They respected the fact that he chose his well-being over forcing himself to continue.
Seriously, didn't think you were gonna fully quit. I thought you were just gonna mostly quit. This is, I don't know, like, this is such a pleasure to be able to go on your channel like one last time.
For a lot of viewers, especially younger ones, that message was powerful. It showed that even successful people struggle, and that it's okay to step away when something no longer feels right.
It was fun. It was much fun. I also had fun like in 2024, or like that. But it more and more became a job than a hobby. It was not really joy anymore. It was like, how can I improve my thumbnail, the video ideas, the cutting, you know, do taxes, investments, and all that kind of stuff. You cannot imagine. There's a lot of work to be done, especially when you're all on your own. If you don't work, you don't make money. It's simple as that. But yeah,
His
anyway.
decision also highlighted a bigger problem with online platforms. YouTube rewards constant output, not balance. It pushes creators to upload more, react faster, and stay visible at all times. Rest isn't encouraged. Slowing down feels like falling behind. In that kind of system, burnout isn't rare, it's almost expected. SnakeThug stepping away made that reality impossible to ignore. It's important to understand that quitting doesn't always mean giving up forever. Sometimes it just means taking control again.
It's like the point, like why am I doing all this? You know, why am I doing YouTube? And you could say, yeah, for the money or for yourself or whatever, because it's fun, because for you. But I realized that I'm not doing that for myself anymore. I thought it was like super cool having a lot of money, you know, just grinded the success. But I realized over the time, money doesn't make you happy. I probably don't need to tell you. Yeah, you can buy cool stuff, you know, can go outside, buy a cool car, you know, it's fun for 2 days, but that's not the real things in life. What I like to say is you're only rich when you're happy. Sounds a bit kitschy, but it's true. Money can entertain you and all that. Money can solve problems for sure, but money doesn't make you happy. Money doesn't give you the sense of life, you know. I just lost the goal. No, it was a great chapter. We did achieve basically everything in BrawlStars and on social media, you know, 5K.
SnakeThug didn't shut every door behind him. He simply stopped walking down one path that no longer made him happy. Whether he ever comes back in a different form or stays away completely, that decision belongs to him, and that freedom matters.
So I have no, you know, exact plans, but what I would love to do is creating something that, you know, makes Earth a better place and helps humans, but without me in the foreground, you know. I don't need the recognition and all the attention and all that. You know, it's a huge gift having you guys supporting me since day one. But yeah, I also do not like being like in the foreground anymore. I want to do something good because, you know, I want to do it and not to get like recognition or attention for that. It never gave me anything, you know, all that fame, how people say, or, you know, when people write, you're the GOAT, you're a god at BrawlStars. I'm not a god at BrawlStars. Like, people forget that I'm a simple gamer, you know. I'm simply good at a game. No, I'm the same as you guys, just doing some entertaining videos of a game, making some people stay better, and I'm really happy about that I could have such a good impact.
In the end, SnakeThug quitting BrawlStars wasn't about drama, negativity, or losing interest in gaming. It was about growth. It was about realizing that success doesn't mean sacrificing your mental health. It was about choosing yourself in a world that constantly tells you to keep pushing, no matter the cost. The game will continue. Updates will roll out. New creators will rise and build their own communities. But SnakeThug's impact goes beyond gameplay and rankings. He left behind an example of honesty in a space that often hides struggles behind highlights and thumbnails. And maybe that's why his decision mattered so much. Not because he stopped playing a game, but because he reminded people that it's okay to walk away, even when you're at the top.